everyone. My name is Anas, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of H2GOPower. Please let me introduce you to Ragad. Ragad is a Syrian refugee who fled the war in Syria with his family to live in a tent in Lebanon. Ragad represents the 1.2 billion people around the world who don't have access to basic electricity services for cooking, lighting, studying, or medical treatment. This urgency drives an increasing need to depend on emitting and polluting fuels like kerosene and diesel. And importantly, climate change impacts are being felt most keenly among these vulnerable communities. The good news is that this is projected to change, and by 2040, 60% of the energy is going to be produced from renewables like wind and solar. Today, many countries in the developing world are increasingly adapting clean technologies. However, the intermittency of renewables when the sun isn't shining and the wind isn't blowing risks a reliable supply and consistency of power. At H2GOPower, we focus on storage technologies that are zero emission to store the excess power generated from renewables as hydrogen via smart nanomaterials. How does the technology work? We store the excess power. We use the excess power generated from renewables to split water to hydrogen and oxygen using electrolyzers. And then the hydrogen gets stored in the smart nanomaterials that I developed during my PhD at Cambridge University without needing to use any pressurized cylinders. Only when the demand is high, the hydrogen gets released to produce clean power on demand. Our units are shipping container-sized units that provide 200 kilowatts. That's enough power to provide for a hospital in Africa. The distributed power installations and investments are on the rise. By 2020, $206 billion are expected to be invested annually. We're focused on the fastest growing markets in sub-Saharan Africa, mainly Nigeria, where 60% of the country isn't connected to the grid. 12% out of the total electricity consumption goes for industrial, commercial, and public services. 12% demand for electricity can be met by 64 units of H2GOPower. By using our units, site owners will be able to save 20% on their energy bill and reduce their CO2 emissions by 64%. By implementing H2GOPowers, the cost of the renewable system would be reduced by 25%, offering 30% shorter system payback time. And if we compare our units to the storage that lithium-ion batteries are capable...
We have to move on to jury questions. Let's move to jury questions.
Is this an existing device or just a theory?
So we have a proof of concept, we have a patent, and we have a prototype that works at small scale. At the moment we are piloting, we're finishing our designs and piloting the units.
And why would this be more relevant than a cheap, good, high-density battery?
Why, sorry?
Why this instead of a high-density battery?
Many reasons. First is the point that I didn't get to. We have 5 to 10 times more storage capacity than lithium-ion batteries. The cost at large scale of batteries is really high, where these ones could be like a portion of the costs. And it could, the energy density, of course, is higher. The size and the weight of the system is a lot less.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
You have your picture?